Well, my father was a vet. He lost his right eye, combat training in France, and returned. I was probably 17 years old before I knew that one discolored eye on the one side was blind, because he never complained or railed against the government or our armed forces for taking his eye when he was 20 years old. Flew his flag 365, always had an American flag out in our yard, and was always taught me and my brother and sister to respect the people that wear our uniform. We lost Dad in a car wreck in 2001, so kind of an honor to him, and felt like I was one of those people who needed to do something for 9/11. I went overseas, and the first year we went to Kosovo and Bosnia. The entire 2 weeks were fabulous and very soul and spiritually rewarding. And so now we've done 9 years on 160 shows, and predominantly in Iraq and Afghanistan. Sticks out the most to me and shows me how trained our military is, how good they are at their job, is we flew for about an hour and a half or 2 hours in a helicopter. That's a Black Hawk, and that's I think 160 mile an hour or something, out across the middle of nowhere. We saw nothing till we landed. We landed at a FOB, a fire forward operating base, a little fire base that was sitting in the middle of a little high place in the desert that was surrounded by the largest mountain range that you can imagine. It looked like Colorado. There was 25 guys there. The whole entire mountain range was surrounded us, was caves full of Taliban. And I said, well, what if they organized and attacked you, Colonel? And he said, we'd kill them. And I said, you have 24 guys here, and half of them, their faces broke out, they're kids. And he goes, and they're good. I said, what is your air support time if you do get, like if that whole mountain came down on you at midnight and just flooded you and you needed air support? He says 45 minutes for an F-15. He gets attacked. They dropped 8 mortars. After the mortars hit, 300 AK-47 RPG armed Taliban came onto this, out of this riverbank, and attacked them right after the mortars hit. They killed 70 bad guys, and we lost 0. You wouldn't think that you had that armed enough with 25 guys, but believe me, they're a powerhouse. The first time we were ever fired upon, we were coming out of Mosul West, and we were going to Mosul East. They just pretty much just lift off this one, stay low, hit it hard, and run right across the top of the city, just a couple 100 feet off the deck. We were buzzing along, and all of a sudden the helicopter just turned, got on the bias like that. It just flipped over like that. So we're riding uncomfortable over here like that. And I look over at Fruity, and he's like, he's got the headset on. He's talking to the pilot. And he's looking over at me like, I'll get this figured out. I don't know what they're doing. We're not like banking. We're flying. We're just turned like this. And all the rest of our knuckleheads are just sitting in there like, listening to their iPods and, got a little Billy Joel or something on. We're rocking, right? Just having a little American afternoon here in Iraq. And when we landed, I said, why did we fly like that for so long? And Fruitiger said, well, don't tell the other guys, but we were taking small arms fire, and the bottom of this helicopter, I guess, has a lead bottom in it that will stop, it won't stop an RPG or a missile, but it'll stop small arms fire. And he said when they came up, they detected small arms fire, and they fired some flares off to misguide any stuff coming at us that was heat-seeking, I guess. And then they turned that bottom up to catch all of the lead coming at us. My favorite story was the only year my manager went over there. He it was 9 o'clock at night. Fallujah was the new word on the news. There's no infrastructure at Fallujah or nothing. The Marines and 4th ID, I think, 3rd ID or 4th ID had just taken Fallujah. And we landed at Baghdad, 9 o'clock at night. It was 122 degrees at dark. They left the 10 door, slammed the 10 door open and stuck us in there. And my manager goes, "Hey, shut that damn door if we're going to Fallujah." And he goes, "It won't do no good." He said, "It won't stop anything."
The value that the athletes, musicians, all these professional entertainers, even the politicians that come over both to visit soldiers in Iraq, and I was very fortunate. I saw Toby perform. I mean, it was tremendous because not only did it buoy the spirits immediately, and then realize that people actually do care about you and just not the general populace. I mean, these people that are really have a huge megaphone.
Toby Keith is a personal friend, and he lives here in Norman. He's a big Sooner fan, as we all know. He's a true patriot. That's who I want in the pillbox with me, or the foxhole. And if we decide, let's go take that pillbox, I know he'll be running right beside me. He's made at least 160, 70 shows in Afghanistan, Iraq, taking himself to a group of young men and women who are standing at the Wolf's door.
You don't have to go where we go. And I'm not bragging or thinking anything better, patting myself on the back for going. I've just gone for 160 shows, and somebody needs to go do that. And I feel comfortable in my going. Just go visit Walter Reed Hospital or go up to an airport and catch some guys coming home and shake their hand. You know, that's all you have to do. It's such a geography lesson, it's such a history lesson, and that's all aside from getting to see what real heroes look like, you know. These guys don't wear capes, these girls don't wear masks, they wear our country's uniform, and you see them in duty, you sit and you eat with them, and they're all American, normal as me and you, and then 20 minutes after lunch, you see them with their hump on, heading out to go door to door to bring freedom to people who have never seen it before. And it's an amazing, it's just amazing to see how they do their day to day and how you can break it down and have 30 minutes of normalcy with these people at lunch, and then they turn around and go right back out at death's door every day. You can't even make your mind connect with what they go through mentally to be able to turn it on and turn it off in a heartbeat every single day that you're over there. So it's up to us as the public to create these organizations that care for and tend to the needs of veterans when they come home. It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of communication and a lot of desire to want to do this, but I just think that it's a great organization because I think it's easy to coordinate. I think it makes you feel good to do it, and I think once we get it rolling, that it'll be nationwide. Pros for Vets.
Pros for Vets.
Pros for Vets.
Pros for Vets. Fighting for you.
Fighting for you.
Fighting for you.
Because you fought for us.
Because you fought for us.